Hi guys, so we're back. Today I'm with Ellie. How are you, Ellie?
I'm good.
Yeah. So I decided to make this video kasi I'm getting so many questions regarding Sir, ano kaya problema ko? Ang sakit ng ganito ko, ang sakit ng likod ko, ang sakit ng paa ko, ang sakit ng kamay ko. And then I've been seeing a lot of riders, fellow cyclists in the internet posting na asking questions what could be wrong with their feet, bakit masakit yung likod nila, or bakit nangingimay yung kamay nila. So, what I'm going to give you is mga idea on what could be the possible reasons kung bakit sumasakit yung mga parte ng katawan ninyo when you're riding on the bicycle. Okay? So, let's start from the bottom. So, let's say for example, nafe-feel mo na nag-numb yung toes mo sa paa. One of the common reasons for numbing of toes is either your cleats are too far upward. Masyadong mataas yung cleats mo. So, ang nangyayari, ang tendency is the force na pupunta lahat sa toes mo. So, nagna-numb siya. Instead of the force being able to be, instead of force mo, nando sa forefoot mo or more of the midfoot para mas may effort. At the same time, para mas distributed siya, no. Lahat ng force nandito lang sa forefoot, kaya nagna-numb siya. Another possible reason is that the shoe might be too narrow for you. Baka masyadong makitin yung paa, yung sapatos, or masyadong malapad yung paa mo. Okay? One more possible reason is, let's say for example, sumasakit naman yung lateral part ng foot mo. Could be you have a forefoot angle or a foot angle, or most of the time, a wrong cleat position. Yung paa mo wants to go heel in, toe out, pero limited na from the cleats. So, kailangan bigyan mo ng konting space para makagalaw yung foot mo, para yung lateral part of your foot hindi sumasakit kasi nakaka-move siya where it wants to go. Okay? Next is, let's see, you have discomforts on the Achilles, okay? On this part of your ankle. The common reason for this is most of the time because the saddle's too high. The saddle's too high, tendency mo is when you pedal toe down like this. So it puts a lot of stress on your ankles, especially pag nag-hyperextend na siya. Minsan, rarely, when the saddle is too low, the rider tends to drop the heel like this. Kaya sumasakit din yung Achilles ninyo, or what we call the ankles. Okay, let's now move on to the next part. Nagka-cramps yung calf nyo. Cramped calving could be the number one reason most of the time is the saddle's too high. Kaya nag-hyperextend yung legs nyo, nagka-cramps na yung calves nyo, and the cleats being too far forward. Okay, so you might want to look into that. Next is the knee. Okay, this is what we call the anterior part of the knee or the front part of the knee. Pag sumasakit yung anterior part of the knee nyo, possible reasons the saddle is too low or the saddle is too far forward, which is rarely yun. Most of the time, the saddle is too low or you have too much knee flexion kasi masyadong mahaba yung crank arm length ninyo. Okay? Pag naman sumasakit, yung posterior part of your knee or this part, the back of the knee, ibig sabihin nag-hyperextend na yung legs niyo. Masyado nang mataas yung saddle height mo. Kaya nangyari, pag sumisipa, nag-stretch na siya ng ganan. Kaya nagkakaroon siya ng pain dito. Same thing when it's too high, the hamstring, nag-hyperextend, kaya nagka-cramps din siya. When it's too low naman, puts a lot of stress in the rectus femoris or what we call the quadriceps, the quads. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next area. Ito, lagi ko nakikita. Sabi nila, sumasakit yung likod ko. Ano bang tamang stem length ko? Most of the time, if you have lower back pain, it's not related to the stem length. Most of the time, it's related to the saddle height. Pag masyadong mataas ang saddle height mo, ang tendency ng hip mo, mag-rock on every pedal stroke, side to side like this. Or, ang tendency mo, if you have one leg shorter, ano nangyayari? Magko-compensate yung katawan mo, magda-drop to the shorter side. So, mangyari, magkakaroon ka ng discomfort on one side of the back. Let's say, for example, shorter yung right mo, sasakit yung left mo kasi mapupull siya. Pag naman, gitna ang lower back, most of the time, it's the saddle which is too high. Okay? And then, next question naman is, minsan masakit yung genitals ko. Masakit yung private area ko. Pag masakit yung private area, 90% of the time, the issue is not the saddle. The issue could be the saddle is too high or the saddle angle ay may issue. Most of the time, ang nangyayari, some riders, they tend to put their saddle with the nose too high upward like this, tilted upward. So nangyayari, it puts a lot of pressure in the private area. When you roll forward, nagkakaroon siya ng pressure doon kasi nag-crush yung genitals nila. Okay? So, if you feel like you have just saddle discomfort, first thing you want to do is try experimenting by lowering the saddle height. Okay? Pag na-solve yun, ibig sabihin the problem is not too high. Most of the time when I'm fitting my clients, when they tell me they have pressure or discomforts in genitals, rarely we change saddles. Most of the time, it's a position issue. Either the saddle's too high and rarely the cockpit is too low. Pag naman yung problema mo is sa sit bones or sa puwet, minsan ang issue is you have too much weight on the saddle. Weight distribution issue. Masyadong mababa ang upuan, mataas ang cockpit mo. Or masyadong atrasado yung saddle mo, mababa. Ang tendency, instead of your weight properly distributed, balance between the bicycle, the front and the back of the bicycle, you have too much weight on the saddle, sa back ng saddle. Kaya nangyayari, nagdig in dun sa saddle, yung puwet natin, kaya sumasakit yung puwet natin. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng saddle sores. Or sometimes, pwede rin na saddle is too wide. Hindi na makahinga ng ayos yung hip natin. Okay, the next part is, let's say, you have discomforts on your shoulders. You have discomforts on your triceps and your forearm. One possible reason is the stem could be too long. Okay? Let's say you have discomforts on your neck and your nape. The cockpit could be too high. Okay? You have discomforts on your hand, numbness on your hands. It's not always the stem is too long. Most of the time, your saddle is either too far forward or your saddle is too tilted downward like this. Nangyayari, it puts most of your weight in front of the bicycle instead of your weight being properly distributed in the bicycle. Ang tendency, nag-slide forward ka, kaya nag-numb yung kamay nyo when you're on the bicycle. Pag masyado nakababa ang saddle niyo, ang nose ng saddle niyo, you'll slide in the saddle, you'll put so much weight in the hands, and mas-strain din yung forefoot nyo. And sometimes, mag-strain din sa shoulder nyo. It's not always na mahaba yung stem. Minsan, pag mataas ang cockpit, masama din. It puts a lot of stress on your neck and your nape or your upper back area. Okay? So, any other areas that we weren't able to talk about, those are the basic things that you want to check in pag meron kayong nafe-feel ng mga discomfort sa katawan. I'll try to make another video on checking kung paano nyo mariresolve naman yung mga discomforts na yan. Again, I hope this helps you. I've been seeing a lot of questions. That's why I decided to make this video para naman alam nyo kung saan ang gagaling yung mga discomfort na nafe-feel nyo or bakit nyo nafe-feel yun when you're on the bicycle. Remember, ang cycling dapat masaya. It shouldn't be painful, okay? Hindi uso sa cycling yung no pain, no gain. It should be fun, it should be comfortable para mas ma-enjoy nyo yung pagbibisikleta. So you can ride longer, you can explore, you can have fun with your friends, okay? Have fun guys, ride safe.